the world's changed twice since we started Sego, and the things that worked when we started do not work anymore, and for good and bad reasons. It's like it's awesome and it sucks.
But the one thing that does work, that I think we've done really well, and that's I think a big reason why we're still doing it, is like we would go out 3-4 times a year and just play shows, just grassroots, play shows. It's constantly in the tour van.
Everyone has a phone and everyone has a computer, but not everyone's going to get in a van and drive across the country and do all this crap.
That's kind of funny. It's like you could be on TikTok just as much as we could be on the road.
Married to God, a natural bond. Man, you can't make this stuff up. Jesus took over the family business. He got the sheep and you got the legions. God's in the stars. Sunlight raining down, blooming in the moonlight, burning out. Sunlight raining down, blooming in the moonlight, Give me some mystery. Give me some mystery. Give me some misery. Give me some misery. Sunlight raining down, burning in the moonlight, burning out.
the idea of getting the call has been
Oh.
a topic so
It's like
much
you get
reference.
James Cagney or somebody on the other, like, I'm going to sign you. You see, you got $100 million coming your way. You see?
Yeah, it's the idea to quit your job. That was the
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
And Tom was the one that first coined it because he was working at this sandwich shop in Provo, and he was waiting for the call, which was me calling him saying, "Quit the thing.
We're
We're
moving.
moving. Something happened, and we are doing this." And then we started even making a list around the call. When we get the call, we're gonna go to Beatles Love. You know,
We're going
have
to
a
go to
night-
Vegas. And
just like buy
actually
this
have
one
fun.
guitar, you know, really indulge. And then the longer it went along, we realized that the call doesn't really exist. It's just a bunch of little calls that stack up.
It'd be very easy to be disenchanted and jaded and just be like, yeah, what's the point? LA, there's 100 million people out here that are probably doing just the exact same thing, but
Better looking than us.
exactly.
Models. I
But,
like the
I don't know.
lifestyle of it. I don't know.
I'm
It's
not
just-
really contemplating doing anything else.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's kind of like this is it.
It feels good to me. The dream is just to be around your friends and play cool music and, you know,
It's been confirmed over and over again that if there's not a level of trust, which I think is part of the chemistry, if you're not on a good like emotional level together, then you're just not going to really trust each other's musical decisions, and then that kind of erodes at the integrity of the whole, and then you just become less of a band at that point. Musically just doesn't lock.
I think it is like a shorthand when you have like a relationship with
That's a
somebody.
good way of putting it.
And it's just another level of communication where you don't really have to talk about it.
So that's much less cheesy way of putting it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just defer to that in the future.
Yeah.
Wild horses in my room, I must be tripping. Forced to sleeping all day long, I must be tripping. The 1987 Boston Celtics, I must be tripping. Scottie Pippen. All the people in the United States, yeah, I must be tripping. The world was so shared in 2012, I must be tripping. My dad just shaved his beard for the first time in my entire life. David Bowie was an astronaut. Then he died. Three big doubles in a medium coke, yeah, I must be tripping. I watched the documentary, but I'm still hungry, moderation and everything. Time vampires are bringing me dry. I must be tripping. Wild horses are in my room. I must be tripping. I must be tripping. I must be.
You gotta really, really love it. And, like, just have the kind of, like, gumption and strength to just stick it out when it gets bad. Because more often than not, it's harder than it seems.
Mm-hmm.
I missed, like, birthdays, family. I've missed funerals. I've missed things. I've missed so much stuff because I've been on tour, like, doing this. But that's just kind of the sacrifices you got to be okay with, like, and be hopefully anybody that can be as lucky as I am to be playing with these guys, and to have been, like, I don't know, I would not do this if it wasn't for the people I get to do it with. There's no way.
Right when we moved here, I got that advice from, like, this total, like, Hollywood guy, a very silk suit, high-rise kind of meeting, and he was like, I'll tell you a little thing about this town. And then everything that he has said has actually come true and was very valuable, and all his advice was about looking adjacent or above you. Be brutally honest with yourself about what you're making and how you're making it, and be okay with cutting stuff if you have to, and kind of aspiring for some higher, stricter standard. That's the thing that's always benefited me.
Knowing what Derv's good at, what I can do, and like you said, leaning into that and really just figuring out what that is. Like, what are my strengths and what do I bring to the table, instead of thinking about what they want me to bring to the table. It's like just thinking about, oh, I'm really good at this, and like, let's just be really good at that. And that's okay that I'm just, instead of trying to make myself be really good at a bunch of things, I feel like I psych myself out about that stuff. It's like, just kind of follow this thing, and then you're going to get really good at these other things too, but you got to know that you're good at this one thing right now, and kind of being okay with that. And I don't know. I know that's something that I struggle with and trying to figure out still.
Something that's always been a guiding force for me, and this isn't advice, but I guess more just like self-reflection, is I realized that if I just wrote the music that I wanted to hear that wasn't being produced, I just, at that time, all I wanted to do was play slap bass as fast as possible. Yeah. And that was not being played on the radio at the time, which was my main outlet for music consumption. So anyway, being super selfish and just making the stuff that you want to hear, that actually was just liberating, because it gave me a path to follow, and you can be honest with yourself in making stuff that you think is cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The way you do it.
Time to pass the time, went and skip the funeral. Bodies dilated down, all things existential. Grocery bag, sound line, pouring water into wine. Press my teeth against the glass, dusty ass suburban trash. Took my life for granted till I saw myself in pixels. All alone and lost the words that take 3,000 pictures. When you buy a candle, me my female friends are models. Now I'm seeing silken girls who nearly naked by the water. Drink from Utah to the coast of California, shrouded in success, can't wait to post a new persona. Day to day, refresh the page, life's okay, closet gay. Translate turns indignant, turns repressive and sequestered. Bless my soul, raise the angle, raise our imperfections. Covered up my childhood with the current bad obsession. Guess who's getting married? Me and Tina stun the family. Life so insecure, we lock the door and lock the Becky. Turn me on. opinions are a crutch. Your opinions are a crutch. Your love, your hate, your sex, your drugs, all the drugs. Your boyfriend is a crutch. Your boyfriend's boyfriend is a crutch. Clickbait, candidates, make up. Give it up.
Wait.
I looked
Wait.
right at Kathleen.
There it is.
I looked right